Tasirak has opened with king deuce of clubs.
I don't listen so much. I don't
240.
listen to Tanya, to be honest.
That's a mistake.
And he's coming out swinging again.
He can't have a worse hand.
3 betting here with 240k.
Oh
and
boy.
Martin McCall with ace queen.
I mean, with all the aggression he's been showing, all the talking he's been doing about not having it ace high, there's absolutely no way it doesn't just get ripped. Speaking of tearing.
I mean, she knows from what he was saying after that hand that she probably had the best.
Yeah, exactly.
So she knows that she got bluffed. This is a great spot for vengeance.
Assuming Bobby does not have ace king or pocket kings.
It's true.
I'm a very excitable person.
Good way to live life, man.
Does she ever just shove here?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like
it feels like the play.
35 big blinds?
It's a little on the high side, right? But
yeah, but it's a 3-bet pot, right? So it starts to just, there it is.
Yeah.
Just felt like it was coming. From the moment she looked at those cards, considering the dynamic between these two players.
Guys, prediction, Bobby's actually got it this time.
He does.
Oh no.
Snap
I could tell.
calls.
I could tell.
Snap calls.
I could tell. I knew it.
Does he have the kings or the ace king? Oh.
I got to listen to Promises by Nero more often.
So Martin McCall, who came into the day as one of the biggest stacks, is actually a risk here and is going to need to spike an ace to survive.
Good vibes only.
She stacked Bobby once, nearly stacked him a second time. All that matters is the one where someone is completely felted.
Okay, queen high flop gives her additional outs, aces and queens now working for her. 5 outs. Same outs. Ace and queens. 5 cards in the deck that can save Martin McCall from elimination. The river is a 5. King's hold, and Martin McCall is eliminated in 15th place.
I feel like I might start looking a bit cleaner in the next few years if I start speaking to you more.
That's fine.
You're 37, you look like that.
I
remember the first time I went apartment hunting when I was a teenager. I went to one house with a friend of mine that I was going to move in with, which would be my roommate. And we got to this place to have a look. And the previous tenants that happened to be there moving out, and they told us, they warned us, like, this place has bed bugs. They're not going to tell you about it. We moved in, and then we discovered it. Don't move in here. And we're like, all right, well.
No way around that one.
So, Hasan Kashani electing for the limp with the King 7 suited. Something that was, I think, maybe more popular a few years ago. Haven't seen a ton of button limping in my experience lately, but I think this is quite a nice candidate. You know, you do have a nice blocker, which would have been cool to raise, but you would hate to get, you know, re-raised by one of these 2 big stacks, hoping to just see that cheap flop and an opportunity to just bet here. 2 tough customers, though. Soloftis taking pause. Maybe I want to mess with this guy. I do have some backdoor properties. And if he goes for this, which surely will work, and he is going to go for it. So, I'll tell you right now, James, from what I've seen from Soloftis, this is a man that knows how to wield a chip lead, someone who is in the zone, prepared to put the pressure on these stacks. I mean, this is like really, really high-level stuff. The last two hands.
I mean, this is the point of the tournament where you want to be playing your best poker,
though?
right?
You know what, though? Hasan Kashani with only 1.41 million back answers with a call with just king high, and now they've both turned the flush draw. This is
wow.
This is some real like boss on boss stuff here.
690,000 in the middle. Hasan Kashani, the effective stack with 1.4 million behind.
Yeah, and I think we see this call on the flop from Hasan Kashani because he recognizes that Soloftis is repping a very thin range here.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 525?
Yeah, and that is representing more than 30% of Arian's remaining stack. So the question now becomes, now that I've turned this flush draw, do I want to just call, try to get there, or see if I can river a king, maybe call off? Do I just maybe end it here if I think my opponent is bluffing because I'm not prepared to call the river? I can tell you what he's not doing. He's not folding. He's willing to call with just king high on the flop. This is part of the reason why. And if we do see a shove, Soloftis will just be like, ugh. Does just call. You still have to worry that your opponent simply has a 3 and you're just shoving into the nuts, hoping for a heart, and the river comes the 4 of diamonds.
Okay, so Hasan Kashani with significantly less than pot behind, 885,000. Soloftis first to act. So did he just go for it? Did he just rip here?
I mean, it's not easy. I mean, your opponent can just have king 9 of diamonds here, right? Can have jack 10 of diamonds, jack 9 of diamonds. These are the kind of hands that would bet call and then call again on the turn. Oh my, oh, I thought he was between the chips.
Going for those red and blacks.
I mean, does my opponent just have aces? Is he going to be prepared to just call here? Probably not. Aces probably raised. Not a lot of aces limping on 30 big blinds.
All in.
Oh my God.
He shoves on Hasan Kashani, who will have to make a king high hero call to win this pot.
What the hell? Yo, this guy's sick.
And this is where you tell yourself, well, he's not doing it with missed hearts, is he? Because I've got 2 hearts.
You know, a lot of the time, James, when I'm in the booth, I think, God, I'd love to be on that table, just table with these guys. I don't want to be playing with this guy.
Folds the best hand, the bluff gets through, and the chip leader is up to nearly 9 million. 150 big blinds now for Georgios Soloftis.
And Soloftis with ace-king under the gun may not get the credit he deserves. Opening, first to act. Pocket force for Weis.
Yeah, keep on giving these 2 chip leaders playable hands.
And this is the big blind for Hasan Kashani as well, who starts the hand with 10 big. So,
wow. So Weis does something pretty unexpected here. And I think this is
not for Hasan Kashani, that's for sure.
I think the utility of this has a lot to do with the big blind short stack.
Sure.
Wanting to say, like, I'm committing to that. I have a strong hand. You know, not getting some light squeezes that then Soloftis can click it back. So what do you do when you're Soloftis, when you have one of the best hands in poker? You know,
put more money in pre-flop.
In no way. Well, the problem is that you never really want to get in 6.8 million chips here, right?
950.
So,
950 from.
You know, when you are going to be playing it aggressively like this, which he does decide to do, It would be interesting if Weis had kings or aces and what this would look like. But we can see that I think Weis is regretting this 3-bet. Could have just set mine in position, but is just so surprised to see an actual 4-bet.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So he's called 1 million chips
Baking
now.
powder?
Yeah, I mean, look, you put 375 in, it's 575 more at this point. You know, that's just
2 million chips in the middle.
wow. These are 2 warriors that are just prepared to trade blows.
King, queen, jack, 2 diamonds. Top pair, top kicker for Soloftis. Weis with very little equity here. A lone diamond, which would take a runner-runner situation and somehow getting a showdown with the 4.
Yeah, and I understand Soloftis is 87% to win here, but he's not thrilled about this board.
Sure.
Because this should be, you know,
this is a
pocket
way
jacks,
better case scenario
pocket
in
queens,
actuality than it should be.
Yes. Like he's not. If you could see the cards, you'd obviously feel great about it. But as far as what Weis's range is, it should be much more.
It's not this.
Medium high value. Frankly, pretty high value.
650.
Weis comes out firing because he's aware of what his 3-bet call looks like. You know. I mean, even in the event Weis is up against the top of Soloftis' 3-bet range, something like aces and ace-king, how thrilled are those hands about king, jack, queen? So I don't know. This could end up being
all right. This
one
pot
of the
right
most
now
explosive pots of the tournament.
is about 55 big blinds in the middle at the moment. It is another diamond on the turn. So Weis picks up equity.
If somehow Weis finds a bet in the range of 2 million, I think Soloftis could fold.
I think shut it down, Mike.
I think Soloftis could fold ace-king without a diamond. Oh my God, he's really gonna do it. And I know you might be at home looking at this being like, how could you ever fold ace-king? You have top pair, top kicker. This is like the 2 massive chip lead.
Whoa.
One more? Oh, sorry.
1.9.
1.9.
He
2
does
million.
do it. He does do it. And this is going to put Soloftis, pardon the pun, but in an absolute vice.
I think I can see Soloftis aging, being faced with this decision.
This is high-level poker, guys. These are the 2 chip leaders with 12 left. There's no reason they need to be getting into such an incredible clash. I mean,
There is a reason. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, they're doing it for us. Soloftis is going to relinquish one of those time banks and really think about this. What am I beating here? What are the bluffs?
I mean, you're probably not putting pocket 4s with the 4
Yes,
diamonds
fold it.
into it.
Yeah.
Wow!
Let's go.
It shows the red 4s right away. Message sent.
Let's go.
Hi-ya. And Tom first to act here. FTA. Ace-Jack.
175. 175.
Starts the hand with about 41 big blinds. Going to find an open for 175.
As you do with Ace-Jack. There goes one of the short stacks. Kraus, the shortest. Action on Bobby James. 38 big blinds, 7 trays suited. Seems fairly obvious. Into the muck. Oh boy, it's pocket jacks for Andrea Dato. I want him to be Andrea Quato, and then there's like a little guy in his stomach making all the decisions for him.
That was a good Rick and Morty episode as well.
Call with jacks. What is the chip leader gonna do? Oh my goodness. Pocket queens in a spot where it's just gonna feel like a chip leader squeeze.
800.
It's just gonna feel like bullying.
So, Joe, I don't
Dato
think
wants this almost, doesn't he, when he flats with jacks?
you took the words out of my mouth. And, Joe, I don't think you were here, but we saw Dato firing back at Weis in a very similar situation to this, in a spot where we expect the chip leader to do chip leader things. I think Dato is going to ship this in. I think he's going to back shove this. I'm calling it. This is a prediction. He's back shoving.
For Mars.
How do you not back shove this hand? It's so well disguised. Against the chip leader, who's going to have a wide
You're thrilled.
squeezing range.
You're super happy. Jacks. Reputation remains undefeated.
There it
There's
is.
the all-in from Dato.
Call.
Weis calls. And what a cooler.
It's going to be an 80-20, Joe, in favor of our chip leader.
It sure isn't. It's worse than that. Ace-Jack folded.
Oh, of course.
It is 88-12. Is Weis going to knock out Dato and continue smashing this final table in Cyprus? All signs point to yes. Dato not dead, but down to just 4 times out of 100 will win this hand.
Dato does not have a set.
Good luck, guys.
That is a full house for Weis. Andrea Dato, congratulations, condolences, making this final table 2 years in a row. I'm sure he's disappointed to make the bare minimum for final table money, but still scores $123,400. We're down to 7. Oliver Weis now with 242 big blinds. 105.
The force hands was crazy.
50.
You liked it? Yeah, everybody likes it.
70. I think Oliver Weis has half the chips in play right now.
More than half.
Seed open final.
Wow.
Funny how
Oliver Weis playing well, running well, pretty much unstoppable.